Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel SK Tech. Today we are going to discuss about polymorphism. And in this video we are going to discuss like overview of the polymorphism, introduction of the polymorphism, and how can polymorphism be achieved in Java. So let's see first overview of the polymorphism. So polymorphism is one of the main aspect of object oriented programming, that is OOPS concept, and the word polymorphism can be broken down into two parts: poly and morphs. As a poly means many and morphs means forms. So polymorphism, in a simple word, we can say that ability to deliver a message to be represented in a many forms is called polymorphism. So let us understand the definition of the polymorphism by an example of lady. So if you know, this lady can have a different characteristic in simultaneously, right? She can be a daughter, she can be a mother, and she can be also a sister, right? So here lady is representing like differently in a different situation. So this is the one of the example of the polymorphism. If you take the another example of the carbon, so carbon can also be formed as a diamond or a graphite, or you can say coal. So here carbon is behaving differently in the different situation, right? So if you can see here, carbon can exist in many forms, that is like diamond, graphite or coal, etc., right? So we can say that both the woman and carbon shows the different characteristic at the some point according to the situation, and this is nothing but called as a polymorphism. Means one can perform the multiple tasks based on the situations. What we have seen, like definition of the polymorphism can be explained as performing a single task in different way. So single in, like for example, single inheritance having multiple implementation is also called as a polymorphism. Now let's see how can be polymorphism be achieved in Java. So basically polymorphism can be achieved in two ways. First is like method overloading, and second one is like method overriding. So what is method overloading and overriding, that we will see overview in this video and detail in later point of time. So basically polymorphism in Java is mainly divided into two types: compile time polymorphism and runtime polymorphism. So basically compile time polymorphism can be achieved by using the method overloading, and runtime polymorphism can be achieved by using the method overriding. So let's see one by one with the help of the example. So what is method overloading? So the basic definition of the method overloading is like when we define the more than one method with the same name but with the different argument. If you see here, this class, we have defined the two methods with the same name like statement, but if you see the argument, here it is having string name and here it is having string name and string like f name, l name. So here these two methods are same, but the argument of both the methods are different, and that is also defined in single class. So this is called as method overloading, and how this method is behave based on the argument we will see with the help of the runtime also. So this is called method overloading. Now let's see what is the runtime polymorphism. So runtime polymorphism we have seen that can be achieved by using the method overriding. So what is method overriding? Method overriding is nothing but when we define the same method in both the parent class as well as in this child class with exactly the same definition. Like here we have defined print method and some functionality, and then in the child class, that is extending the parent class, is also having the same method print class with the same signature like void print and then some definition. So this definition is different in both the classes, but the signature wise both the methods are having the same signature, right? Here we have implemented the parent class like hi I am parent, and here we have implemented the definition of like hi I am children. So this way it is called as method overridden, because it was already available in the parent class and we have overridden those methods. That's why we call as method overridden. And now let's see using this compile time polymorphism and runtime polymorphism how we can do. So as a basic definition, polymorphism saying that same method can perform different based on the situation. So like we have seen here, compile time polymorphism, if you see, we have two methods with a different argument. So while running this program, how can we run that? Let's say we have created the instance of the, let's say the example of the method overridden first. So here if you see, we created the instance of the parent class object 1, and inside the object 1 we are assigning the parent class instance only, like new parent. And using this object, if we are calling print method, then it is going to call the parent class print method. And what is the definition of the parent class print method? It is printed like hi, I am a parent. So that is what it is printing, hi, I am a parent. And if you see in the same object 1, if we are assigning the new child class, in the sense child class instance, so this is also valid. Now if we call the print method with the same object, object 1 dot print, so this object is going to be behave like child class. So what is the implementation of the print class of the child class? Like hi, I am a children. So if you run this program, it is going to print like hi, I am a children. So if you observe here, the same parent object is behaving differently based on the object assigned to it. In this case, new parent, it is behaving like parent object, and if we are assigning like new child, it is behaving like a child. So same object is behaving differently based on the situation. So this is called method overridden. So this is the example of the runtime polymorphism, because this is the method overridden example. Both the print method is available in both the parent class and child class, and using this parent class object we are able to call the print method, and this print method is behaving differently based on the situation. When the parent class object is assigned, it is calling the parent class print method. When the child class object is assigned, it is behaving like a child class object. So same object is behaving differently in the different situation. So this is called runtime polymorphism, and it is achieved through method overridden. Now let's see the example of the compile time polymorphism. So compile time polymorphism can be achieved using the method overload. So if you see here, if we create the object of the overload class object 2 equal to new object load, and using this object, if we call this statement by passing the one argument, so it is going to call from the same class statement method only, but this method. So like hi, my name, and what are the name that you have provided? Something like hi, my name Sohan, because we have provided Sohan. And now using the same object and same method, if we are passing two argument, so it is going to call the second method based on the argument matches. So now it is going to print like hi, myself, first name and last name. What are the first name and last name that we have provided here? Like Sohan and this Madheswar, right? So if you can see, we are calling the same method with the same object but with a different argument, and it is behaving like that. So at the end user, it will be like same method, and based on the argument backend, it is going to handle the method. So this is the example of the compile time polymorphism, because this method is identified based on the argument by the compiler. What are the argument that you are passing? If you are passing single argument, it is going to call the statement method only with a single argument. If you are passing multiple argument, it is going to call the same statement method but with the different argument, right? So this is how we have seen what is polymorphism and how polymorphism can be achieved by using the method overload and method overridden. Using the method overload, we can achieve like compile time polymorphism, and using the method overridden, we can achieve like runtime polymorphism. So don't worry about this. This is the basic introduction of the polymorphism and how we can achieve it. We will discuss each and everything like method overload, method overridden, compile time polymorphism, runtime polymorphism in detail in next upcoming video. So stay tuned. We'll meet you soon. Thank you.